Did you know that the average person spends almost 5 hours a day on their smartphone? And it's not just kids. The average American over 65 years of age spends 38 hours a week watching television. Now, I want you to do a thought exercise with me. I want you to think about what you want to get done, what's important to you in your life in the next 12 months. Go ahead, I'll wait 2 seconds. I bet none of you said, I want to spend more time on my smartphone. I want to spend more time watching television. So if you want to get ahead of 99% of the people in the United States, if you want to be happier and more fulfilled than 99% of the people, you have to be willing to do what they're not willing to do. And frankly, the reason they're not willing to do these things is because they're hard. Let's go for a walk and talk about what these items are, and be sure to stay to the end, because it's not just the exercises I want to share with you, but I want to share with you how you can do these things. So, you know, I think the average person, it's just natural. We're on default mode. It's so easy to go through the motions. We have a job, we come home from work, we watch a little bit of television, we relax, maybe we have a drink, spend a little time socializing, hopefully some time with our kids, hopefully some time with our spouse, and then it's rinse and repeat and do it again, right? But I think there's some really important questions that we need to be asking ourselves. Sorry, I am going over this snowpack here. Here, I'll go this way. So I think it's important that we spend time to reflect on who we are and what's important in our lives, and really think about, you know, who we are and what we want out of life. And let's just start with who we are. You know, outside of work, in my case, you know, outside of being a husband, outside of being a father, outside of being a son and a brother, you know, who is Azul? Who am I? What do I value? You know, and these are tough, difficult exercises. So I'm going to share with you some things that I think you'll find helpful. But before I go into the how, I just ask, if you're enjoying this video, if my videos are helpful for you, think about giving me a like. It really does help other people find my channel. If you enjoy the videos, think about subscribing. Leave me a comment, because it's my currency. It's one of the reasons that I do this. Okay, so let's talk about how to actually do this. So I think one of the things is we have to be willing to invest in ourselves, both time and money. And it doesn't have to be expensive. You can listen to some podcasts. You can buy some books on audible.com, or you can buy the physical book or the Kindle. You can take some online courses, but invest the time and sign up for courses that are challenging you and asking you tough questions and causing you to think and ponder. And if you don't know anybody to start with, I'm going to give you 2 names. One is Ryan Holiday, and he's on YouTube. And the other is a gentleman named Kay High. And his name's spelled unusual. It's K-H-E is his first name, and High is H-Y. And Kay High has a YouTube channel, but if you look in my notes, I'll give you a link to his newsletter, and he has some courses, and really, you know, is designed to get you to think a couple layers deeper. And that's what I think is important. For instance, you know, one of my drugs of choice, and these are not illegal drugs, these are habits of mine that are just ingrained in me, is I love accomplishing things. And so really thinking through, why is that? Why do I enjoy accomplishing things? And at my core, what drives that? And there's an exercise, you can YouTube it, you can search for it. It's called the 5 Whys. And basically you're like going through the layers of an onion, and you're asking yourself why 5 times deeply. I'll let you search for it, but it can be really helpful. For instance, in my case, the need to accomplish it. It gives me a sense of purpose. It gives me a sense of worth. And ultimately what that goes down to is, it's a little awkward, but I feel like I have to earn love. So it's important for me to know that motivation, and it's important for you to do the homework. But, you know, just like I paused there when I was about to share this on YouTube, 2 billion people watch YouTube. I doubt 2 billion people are going to watch this video, but it did cause me to pause, right? These are deeply personal things that they take time, they take some self-reflection. I think also practicing positivity and gratitude can be super helpful. And a resource there, I've mentioned it before, but there's a book called Solve for Happy by Mo Gawdat, Gawdat. Super helpful book, really gets you to think through your thought process and why we're in charge of our happiness. We're in charge of our thoughts. But I won't spoil it. It's a great book. It's a great read. Mo is an incredibly accomplished person that unfortunately had some big challenges, family challenges. His son at 22 years old passed away. And so Mo's on a mission. I believe it's to help 100 million, or it might be 1 billion people, help make them happier. So I hope you become one of them. The other thing is just asking better questions of yourself. You know, these deep personal things like I just illustrated. You know, accomplishment is a value of mine. Why? And digging deeper. And if you don't know what your values are, you know, that's the place to start. And if you don't, you can, you know, YouTube these terms. This is not financial advice. These are just ideas to get you thinking about areas that are important to you. If you don't know where to start, there's a gentleman named Corey Wilkes. First name is C-O-R-E-Y. Wilkes is W-I-L-K-E-S. For $20, might be $25. He has a really good exercise to help you identify your value system. And you know, this is a human issue that's as old as time. Socrates famously said in 399 BC, the unexamined life is not worth living. And I don't completely agree with that. You know, it is worth living, but I think you'll get a lot more joy and a lot more happiness. And again, you'll be in that 1% outlier, and it'd be great if all of mankind went through these exercises. But again, most people aren't willing to do this hard work and to ask themselves these deep and difficult questions. So let's keep going. I talked about investing in yourself. I talked about courses and books. You can also buy help. If you know your relationship, hopefully that's super important to you. And if your relationships aren't where they should be and you want to improve them, maybe pay for a therapist. If you're not accomplishing your goals in life that are important to you and will bring happiness and bring positivity to your family, maybe think about hiring a business coach. And there's different people with different experiences, but invest in yourself. Also invest in buying time. You know, if you're mowing your own lawn, if like in my case, you know, you can see behind me the snow. If I'm clearing my drive of snow, you know, I can relatively inexpensively pay somebody and free myself up to have more time to do things that I enjoy doing. So let's keep going. The other thing to free time up is a philosophy that an author by the name of Derek Sivers made famous. And Derek's philosophy is hell yes or no. So when somebody invites you to a party, when somebody invites you to do a social event, when somebody invites you to participate in a not-for-profit, you know, Derek would say, it's either a hell yes, I'm super excited about doing this, or it's a no. And by saying no, you're opening doors up for things that are going to bring you more passion and hopefully more happiness and more fulfillment in your life. And this next one's a little unusual and maybe even a little controversial. And that is to have an anti-vision, right? What don't you want your life to look like? I mentioned at the beginning, the average American 65 and older spends 38 hours a week watching television. And I don't think any retiree says, oh, that's my goal. I want to do that, right? So have an anti-vision, and that's the enemy. That's what you're fighting against. That's one of the reasons you're putting in this time to better understand yourself. So I encourage you to think about having an anti-vision, because sometimes I'm a big believer in motivation and positivity, and hopefully you're picking that up in my channel. But you know what? Sometimes negative goals can be even more motivational, what you don't want in your life, and to protect yourself from that, and to just remind yourself, this is why I'm doing this work. This is why I'm asking myself the tough questions. So let's keep going. Another one is to face your fears. We all have things that we would do if we knew we wouldn't fail, that we would do if we didn't have fear. And if you want to learn more about that, I've got a video over here. I hope you click on it. It's called Fear Setting. I learned it from Tim Ferriss. It's super helpful. I hope you find it helpful as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Azul, encouraging you to take full advantage of the youth of your senior years. Remember, we're only young once. Let's use our time wisely. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.